So we have some dolphins passing by and a humpback whale just between us and the mainland. There's the dolphins over there, lazily. See if we can see the humpback surface again. There he is, blew his spout. Hump. Just making his way, enjoying his morning. Boy, what a magical place. There he is. And there's the tail. He went down. What a treat. And here's our dolphins. Pretty much see dolphins every morning. Boy, they're lazy, huh? The sun's lighting up the cliffs this morning. There was a seal. There was a seal barking in a cave yesterday, and it sounded like someone blowing their horn. It was so, I came out here because I thought someone had their horn on. Here's a cool little explorer boat that showed up last night. They got kayaks on top, adventuring on the island. Cool little boat though. Just left Pelican Bay, heading to Scorpion. Lovely Anchorage, that place is great. Anchor came up okay. Yesterday when I hauled it up, I was sure it gained weight overnight, but tonight was okay. So let me show you that little landing. So, you can see the bay there. Just to the left of it is the little beach landing where you land your dinghy if you want to go ashore and do that hike. Over there, right where the sun is Prisoners Harbor. There's like a dock and everything over there. And then we're gonna round that point and go to Scorpion. I saw a humpback this morning. I'm hoping to see some more, maybe see some whales on this side. There's no wind today whatsoever, so just motoring, charging my batteries, enjoying being on the water, and should make quick work getting to this Anchorage. Completely still and glassy out. It's a nice little motor. I want to show you guys Chinese Harbor, which is right here. It's got a weird haze. I don't know if it's smoke from the fires that settled in the bay, but it's real weird. Like all along the beach and everything. It's like a strange haze. And that's Cavern Point. I have to round that. Scorpion Anchorages just on the other side of that. That's Potato Bay Anchorage. Looks really cool. If there wasn't a northwest swell coming, that would be a really cool anchorage. So I try to check that out someday. Island Packers just cruised by. Coming around Cavern Point, you can see Anacapa in the distance. There's some large rocks there. That separates Scorpion Anchorage from Little Scorpion Anchorage. There's a seal being silly. Didn't see any whales. I was hoping I would, but still on Leviathan watch. It's been so calm. But nice motor. I'd rather be sitting here doing this than sitting in traffic or be at work, so I'll take it. So yeah. Gonna come around this. There's like a cool arch rock I have to come around, and then it says, Fagan's book says, point for the pier and then anchor right between the pier and the pyramid shaped rock. So, oh, actually I can see the pyramid shaped rock right now. So we're gonna do that, get the hook set, and go explore later this afternoon, and then tomorrow. Not sure what time I'm leaving tomorrow. The forecast for winds keeps changing. It said I had like 5 knots for the better part of the afternoon and early evening earlier, but I just checked now and it says there's like nothing. So I don't know. Probably gonna end up having to motor sail the entire way to Catalina, but it's okay. It's just the winter in California. So here we are again. I'll show you the view again. There's a ton of people on kayaks in Scorpion Anchorage. I'm kind of allergic to people, so I'm gonna cruise over and look at Little Scorpion and see what that's all about. Fagan says that you need a stern anchor, it's essential, blah blah blah, but I don't want to do that. I mean, I have one, but I don't want to mess with it. So if this is like, if this doesn't seem chill, I'm just gonna go around the corner to Smuggler's Cove, spend the night there, and that gives me a good launch point to Catalina tomorrow anyway. But there's way too many people over there. I mean, and I know that if I'm on anchor there, those island packer boats gonna be going back and forth all day, and it's gonna be not very peaceful. So little change of plans. We're gonna just play it by ear, look at Little Scorpion, see what it's all about. I know there's at least one vessel there because I could see it through the rocks when I was coming up. So we'll see. So I got anchored. There's another boat in here, New Anchorage. I think you can see him there. Had to sound my way around to find a good spot. I didn't want to be on top of him. I settled near these cliffs. It goes real quick. It gets from like 25 to 40 feet here. So yeah, we got the hook set. The water's really clear, crazy clear. So I'm gonna do some snorkeling for sure today, maybe this afternoon. But this Anchorage is pretty cool. This is Little Scorpion. I had to not stay at Scorpion. It was too congested with tourists. don't know if you guys can see it, but the water's so clear you can see the rocks and stuff below. It's crazy. Got anchored, got everything set up. Put my flopper stopper that I borrowed from Neil Fletcher out. Seemed a little rolly when I got here, so I just rather get that over with now. I think I'm gonna go snorkeling, check out these caves while the sun's still on this side of the hill. So yeah, gotta get suited up and get in the water. There's a bunch of kayakers that came by, looked at the caves and stuff, and then went back over. I'm so glad I anchored over here instead of Scorpion. It's like another full boat has come in since then. So back to reality, I guess. So yeah, I gotta get in the water. I'll take my GoPro so you guys can see what's up over there. I just hauled up the anchor and moved to a sweeter spot. When I got here, there was a large sailing vessel anchored in kind of the perfect spot. And Fagan says to anchor as close to the rocks as you can that your draft permits. So I didn't want to be on top of them, so I anchored deeper into the cove, and I realized as the afternoon wind started picking up, they were coming through between these two rocks that separate Little Scorpion from Scorpion. And I was closer to the cliffs than I was really happy with, so I decided, like, this, you know, before it got dark, I should just move now. I'm glad I did. Now that I'll be blocked by any winds that come up, westerlies, and I have a crazy beautiful view of Anacapa, which looks like it's on another planet. So yeah, just, you know, but man, I tell you, like, hauled up the anchor this morning. I went snorkeling for 45 minutes and super heavy surge, and now I hauled it up again. My arms are beat, feels like Jolo. So now I'm just gonna relax, do a little reading. Tomorrow about this time, I'll be heading out to the Isthmus. So I got to get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day. But snorkeling was pretty crazy. I saw the biggest starfish I've ever seen in my life. He was probably like 12 inches across. I went into some sea caves, which was insane. They were really deep. I didn't go in that far because I was like, it was a little much. Yeah, it was crazy cold though. When I jumped in, my face felt like I was getting frostbite, and I was like, holy crap. But I just stuck it out, and finally I acclimated to it. And I had my scuba wetsuit on. It's like 7 mil, so my body wasn't cold. But so yeah, man, great day so far. I got let's see if you can see it, the flopper stopper out. Neil Fletcher lent me. Makes life a lot better. That's it. That's the day. Little Scorpion, Anchorage. Another one checked off the list. All right. So the winds picked up quite a bit at sunset. For a while, it felt like it was around 10, and then it got stronger, and my anchor alarm went off, and it's like 7 p.m. right now. It went off at like 6 or something, and I was watching it, and I went out and checked on it, and it was pulled pretty taut, and I checked the depth, and I was sitting over 40 feet of water, but the depths change a lot. I know the hook's in around 30 feet. But it was pretty taut. So I went ahead and let out more rode, let it out to 120, and tightened everything down and reset my anchor alarm. And it's funny because like Predict Wind said that there was supposed to be like 2 knots right now of wind across all their metrics. It was like, and then I checked sail flow, and it shows the current reading for Anacapa is like 9 to 10 with gusts of 14, which makes sense. That's what it feels like. I will say I'm so glad that I moved spots, because where it was anchored was right between like the 2 large rocks that separate this anchorage from the next. And there would have been this sort of funnel where the wind is, I'm sure it's tearing through over there, and it would have been a real bummer over there. And trying to pick up and move, and another motorboat came in at like 5 o'clock, and they probably would have got this spot. So I'm so glad I like trusted my intuition on that, and just went ahead and moved. It's always better to make that decision before dark, you know? It's like if you have like a gut feeling about something, it's just do it, you know? Because it's like to do that right now, I'm not sure I could have pulled that. I'm not sure I could pull the anchor up by hand in 14 knot gusts. As it is, it's like just letting out it. My hands are killing me from raising it twice today, so can't wait to get that correct gypsy. But yeah, so that's the update. I'm just I had dinner, peaceful evening, just watching this anchor alarm, make sure everything's chill. I'm glad it's doing it now, not when I'm sleeping. And I'm listening to an audio book on the history of the compass, which is really amazing. I've listened to it a number of times, but it always fascinates me. So that's what's happening on Triteia right now. Lots of wind, of course. You know, I would love to have this wind tomorrow night when I'm sailing to Catalina, but I'm sure it'll be like 1 knot. But it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a Friday, so I wouldn't have left today anyway. But yeah, it would have been nice to have this wind tomorrow night. I'd have been stoked on 14 knot gusts behind me. So that's that. I'm gonna turn in soon. I always force myself to stay awake at least until like 8 or 9 p.m. It's almost like camping. It gets dark and quiet, and you're just like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. Okay, that's what's happening here. Until tomorrow. If you like sailing podcasts, please give a listen to A Stern View podcast. It's my new podcast I started with this trip to Santa Cruz Island. You can get it by subscribing or downloading episodes on iTunes. If you like it, please rate it and give it a review. If you hate it, maybe don't review it. The podcast itself takes a look at each of the anchorages I go to, and future seasons will follow the same order. I will be spending 2.5 weeks sailing in Sweden and Finland, so that's most likely going to be the second season. Thanks for your support, and thanks for listening and watching the episodes. And head over to iTunes and give us a listen.